Welcome back everyone to another Penguin Z Plays On video, and last night I watched Captain America Brave New World, and whew, let's get right into this. I think everybody knows that on Tuesday the reviews came out of the premiere of, Captain America, and they were not good. Look, I'm here to say those reviews are absolutely false. Yes, I do not agree with most of those reviews, but this movie is not great, good, or amazing. I'm gonna get into that right now, but look, I want to start off with the review itself. The movie, I had a really good time with it. Look, first, I was gonna walk into this movie thinking, please be good, right? But then those reviews came out, and I was not expecting. I was expecting a movie that was pretty mid, like the middest movie of all time, and I came out with a movie that is honestly pretty good. Also, for y'all to know, there's a spoiler-free review, so if you haven't seen the movie, you're fine. The characters in this movie. There's a lot of characters in this movie that are just literally wasted. They're there for maybe a couple, not even a couple, a lot of scenes, but their characters literally go nowhere in the story. Literally maybe 3 or 4, maybe even 5 characters in this movie that get so much screen time. Their story just doesn't develop at all. There's nothing happens. There's a cameo in this movie. My theater was not clapping for the first time in a Marvel movie ever. Literally, every time there's a cameo in a Marvel movie, my theater is actually happy. Actually, I want to talk about that after. That's my biggest complaint. My second complaint, this is not a Captain America 4 at all. This is a Incredible Hulk 2. Literally, most of this movie is gonna be off the first Incredible Hulk movie, the original 2008 one, And, I like that movie. I don't care what y'all say. I like that movie. But for it to get brought back like 20 years later in a Captain America movie with not the Hulk is kind of disappointing. And honestly, the best part of this movie is Sam Wilson and Isaiah Bradley. Sam Wilson's Captain America is such a good character in the movie, and I want him to be a good character. I like Sam Wilson as Captain America. I do not care what none of y'all say. He is Captain America now, and I like it. He's such a good Captain America. Even at the end of the movie, there's a lot of good scenes with him at the end of the movie that shows he's a great Captain America. I love his Captain America, and I can't wait to see him lead the next 2 Avengers movies. But Isaiah Bradley honestly takes MVP in this movie because, bro, every scene that he's in, you really care about him. But I don't know if that's because of me watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or it's because of this movie. Because yes, there's a lot of movies you need to watch with this, because this movie really connects all these little big things that happen in the MCU that we don't really know about. Internals, they plot that up a little bit, and they introduce something. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, there's a lot of stuff in this movie. Incredible Hulk, another one. There's just a lot of movies that connect to this movie. And I love how Sam Wilson's Captain America, there's a lot of scenes in this movie where he's just like, I do not know. There's a lot of scenes in this movie where he thinks he knows it, but he doesn't. The beginning of the movie kind of led me into okay, this movie could be good. The mid-movie was actually like, okay, this movie's looking a little interesting because the middle of the movie is more a Winter Soldier attempt. I like that. And then the end of the movie, the end of the movie is probably the best, really, in my opinion. Look, the Red Hulk fight, without spoiling nothing, is a great fight. But there is a really terrible scene at the end. Really? That's really it right there. I literally just gave you guys everything without spoiling nothing. There's a lot of villains basically in this movie, but really one main villain where I'm not gonna speak about him too much, but he was a interesting character. If this video gets maybe over 20 views next day, by tomorrow, I will do a spoiler review. Because, who cares? The review. The movie review. As a superhero action movie, I'm giving this a good 6.5. I think it was a pretty good superhero action movie, but, still, nothing too crazy. Honestly, I forgot to talk about the action scenes. The action scenes are honestly pretty much all good. There's maybe 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 that are just not it, but still they're all good. And then as a movie itself, Captain America Brave New World, a movie itself, I am going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's a good movie. I think you guys should go watch it, but it's really about if you're a Marvel fan or not. Because if you're not a Marvel fan, you're not going to like this movie at all. If you are a Marvel fan, there's a possibility you will, or a possibility you won't. And that's my review right there, y'all. Before I end this video off, I want to talk about my theater experience. Because, oh my god, this is the worst theater experience of all time. I am not lying, this is the worst of all time. Honestly, I don't know why there were so many kids in this movie. I should have thought about this because it's a Saturday. Kids are off on school days. Yes, it's Saturday. And there's just so many of them and they're talking the whole movie. But I'm not going to leak a kid's name, but I'm going to call him a different name. Jeremy's dad. This dad, he literally told his kids to be quiet and they were quiet for the rest of the movie. And I was like, oh my god, thank you so much. They were yelling and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm just trying to watch the movie, man. And then, right next to me, there's this mom and her daughter. I'm not trying to be rude, but the mom was asleep for a good, maybe, 15 minutes. And I'm fine with people being asleep during movies. It's all good if you're asleep, but don't be asleep if you're snoring. She was snoring that whole time, and this is exactly how it was. And I'm like, okay, you can sleep, but just don't be loud. I'm honestly getting pissed off at the movies because even if you know my Mufasa the Lion King, that theater was honestly one of the worst too, mostly because of the people next to me. And honestly, yes, same thing here, but this one was way worse because it was the person next to me and the whole theater itself. Here's a post-credit scene in this movie. I'll talk about that in the spoiler review if it ever comes out. Yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. I'm P1Z Playzone, and like always, I'm hopefully I'm not breaking my chair right now, but peace out, everyone.